Hey, how you doing? What's up, Joan? How you guys doing? This is night 74. We're gonna hang out for a minute, couple of minutes. I don't know how many a couple is yet. I haven't decided. It kind of depends on you. Depends on who shows up, what we get into, what we talk about, how things go. I've been trying to plan episode 700. That's what I've been working on. Have you liked that event? You gotta like that event. Take part in that event. I want people to get involved in the discussion over there. But share this out. What's up, Amanda? How you doing? We're having a night. We're gonna hang out. This is my live little journal that I do. We hang out, we talk about stuff, we share our experiences. But yeah, that's what this is. So share this out. Get in here, settle in, get comfortable. I got some stuff to talk to y'all about, some stuff to go over, some stuff that's happened. But yeah, tag some friends, Joan. Go for it. We're gonna get into some stuff. But real quick, so I can go share. I thought we would real quick listen to something that she said, something I need to hear, you know? So why don't we check out what she said real quick on forgiveness, and I'll be right back with you because I need to hear this. I think I need to hear this one today.
There's something that maybe happened in their past, which either is related to a mistake a person made by himself, or sometimes it's related with another person, that another person did something to you. Very rationally looking at this means, so right now you are not feeling well, you are suffering, you are not sleeping well, you are not in the mood to do anything. Why? Because there is something still blocked inside of you that continuously every day and every night is sucking your energy, because you continuously think about it, turn it around and think about why it happened. Yes, and we are 8 billion people in this world, and I'm sure everybody would find something and that fits into this type of explanation of a situation. Sometimes unfair people treat you in a way that feels very unfair to you, and it is stuck inside of yourself. And sometimes you are taking decisions and something goes wrong and you are blaming yourself at the same time. But there is that saying afterwards, everybody's more intelligent. But now there are people that went through these type of situations but found a way to move on. What did they do? And once again, we're ending at the point that there is something we need to learn, that we need to add into our personal toolbox. And that one is to learn what it means to let go of something. To let go that you are blaming yourself. Is, for example, with the story of Confucius. Everybody is walking through this lifetime making faulty actions. Making it faulty or making it wrong the first time is not a problem, because you must have made it wrong in order now to rethink, to become more intelligent and figure out the solution. It only then becomes a mistake if you continuously do it wrong over and over again without taking the past into consideration, what happened before, and repeat that mistake. This is the real mistake. But without any experience in a certain field, how could you know better what decision to take? So in a way, what I'm saying is, there is no reason to blame yourself.
I'm going to stop him for a minute because this is a longer one, so you guys need to strap in. I have trouble with forgiveness, so we got a really long what she said on this one. Man, there's so much to unpack. Like, are you able to forgive easily? Is that something that comes easily to you? To me, it doesn't. I have a big problem with it. And like he was talking about, someone might wrong you. Someone might do something that seems very unfair to you. When that happens to me, man, I got a big problem letting go. I got a big problem with that. And in the most recent occurrence, I didn't get any closure. I think that's why I am having such a hard time. Because even though I have a real good theory of what happened, I don't know for a fact because she denies it, never would admit it. It eats away at me, and I shouldn't let it, you know. And I'm sure he's going to get into more reasons why I shouldn't let it. And if you'll humor me, we're going to listen to him in just a second. But I had to break in because, and I may again, he bothers me sometimes. Like Drew was talking about, he's a really cool guy. I love Master Shi. He has a lot to teach us. I'm not pushing Master Shi on you right now. I'm just saying, for me, he speaks to me. I get it, but he also angers me sometimes. But let's let him talk for a minute more, and I'll break in again probably, and we'll see what he has to say. I got to work on this. I got to learn to forgive.
Especially not if sometimes these decisions were first-time decisions, where you just had no experience before. But this is the whole point, why it's important to sometimes be faced with different challenges, with different problematic situations, for you to turn on the intelligence and find a solution. But if after the first time you're already giving up, then there's no outcome. Then there's nothing that you have learned. The only thing that you're remaining right now is regret and sorrow, which is neither going to bring you forward nor anything else, because you have not understood the message yet why you ended up in that situation. You need to overcome it. Your next level of development comes in the moment where level 1 is solved. You found a solution for level 1. Now, challenge number 2. Next level.
I always used to hear that shit. Paul used to talk about that all the time. Leveling up, going to the next level, unlocking a secret in your life. Drew was saying something about being beaten for your sin. I don't know that Master Shi's into that. I don't know if that's true. I had it on the screen because I didn't really understand what he was saying. And I wanted to get back to what he was saying and see if he knew or could clarify what he means by that. But, damn it. Forgot what I was going to say. Oh, leveling up. First off, what does that mean to you? Do you believe in that whole leveling up as a person thing? And then what does that mean to you? What do you think? What do you think about that? What does that mean to you? To me, it means like ascending to a different level in this reality mentally. So, like, mentally, you've risen above certain things, ascended a level in your mind, in your own personal reality. Sandy seems to agree with what I think, knowing your own mind and conquering certain barriers. We're about halfway through with what she said. And I think I need to listen to all of this on forgiveness, but if you'll hang in there with me, we're going to talk about other things after.
As long as you don't find the key for level number 2, stay there. Many years repeating over and over again until you see it. And this is like the way now how it can maybe help if that mistake was up to your own, let's say, behavior. And the second way that maybe helps is to just understand, just like the tea before, you do not know where people come from. You do not know through what type of situations other people went through. Sometimes external people are overwhelmed with their own life, which is why not always is in their own control. And this is why sometimes people talk things that they don't mean like that. And why sometimes people do things without knowing the consequence of it. And so instead of blaming them also for it, it can help if you just understand and try to project it at least as good as you can towards them, that you feel compassion for them. Because he or she is the same like you.
All right. No. See, again, I have a problem with this because I shouldn't forgive you just because you're a flawed human being like me. Maybe I'm not understanding what forgive means. What does forgive mean to you? So I've been told before that that doesn't mean that you forgive what was done to you. Is that what we're talking about? Like you forgive what was done to you, or you forgive the person, or is that what he's saying? Is he saying you just forgive them just because they're human? Am I taking that wrong?
Situation is just different. The circumstances are just different. But if somebody is full and filled, if I'm complete, where the hell should I come up with the idea of causing you suffering? The only reason I would ever come up with something like this is because I'm unhappy with something about my life itself. I'm missing something. I haven't found myself. I'm not complete. That's why I start blaming other ones. That you are all responsible why I have this stupid job whatsoever. Then it's always easy. But why? Because I have the unhappiness. I'm unhappy. That's why I want the world to know I'm unhappy. That's not something to blame. This is a personality to have pity for. This is a personality to wish him, hopefully he will find his peace one day. And of course, some people will say there are things that can never be forgiven. Number one, they will be forgiven. And number two, this statement. It's only going to make your life harder. Because the person who caused the trouble to you, maybe he's right now even lying somewhere in Hawaii, having a great time. He did that mistake that you suffered. But you are the one right now still sitting here, not forgiving, suffering, while he is enjoying his party. Something's wrong about that view. If he made the mistake, he should be the one suffering.
Now this is what I need to hear right here, because I'm only hurting me. Just like being mad at her. I'm only hurting me. Being mad about what she did, what she may not have done, I don't know because I never got the truth. Being mad about my stuff, being mad about the way I was treated, all of that. It's only hurting me. She could be doing anything right now. She could be at a party. She could be in Hawaii for all I fucking know. But she's not sitting around thinking about me, I bet. You know, whatever she's doing is, well, not any of my concern, but it could be all kinds of things. But I sitting around stewing is only hurting me. Drew is saying being mad at her hurts you too. Don't be mad at anyone. We are humans and make mistakes. Hmm. I'm having a lot of trouble with that. She said the same thing, but I'm having a lot of trouble with that. Dude, I don't think you treat people a certain way. And when you do, I don't think there's any coming back from it.
but not you. So what does it mean if you don't find a way to let it go? It remains with you and you suffer with it. It's your choice. What is the alternative? Revenge is another field. But revenge is not gonna recreate balance. Why? Because at least in our tradition we say, nowhere in this whole world did hate ever ended hate. Somebody hates you, you hate back, it's not gonna end it. Nowhere. Hate is never the solution for hate. Now it sounds so fluffy, but just like the Buddha said, there's only one reason, one way how to end the hate. By its counterpart, by understanding. Hate wants to separate. Hate wants to cut off. The opposite of it is you have the force, you want to combine, you want to connect. And it's the harder way of having compassion with the person that gives you hate, and it's even harder to even start to develop the feeling of love towards that person. That's why we call it is a practice.
That's what she said, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I got to watch that a bunch of times, I guess. There's a lot I got to deal with in that, and a lot I didn't like. You know, Drew's saying people fuck up because we're limited in knowledge, but we're innocent. Fuck that, man. She's not innocent. She's not innocent. She knew what she was doing. When she got me to buy that meat grinder, she knew what she was doing. She sat there and let me do it knowing she was kicking me out in a week. That's not innocent. That's a hustle. That's like fucking cashing out, man. That's not innocent. There are certain things I can't let go of. That was intent. That's not lack of knowledge. There's other examples I could give from other things I'm carrying around, all this weight. The main point that stuck with me is that it's only hurting me. It's only hurting me to be mad at these people I can't forgive. It's only something that's damaging me. You know, but that was a lesson that I wanted to start night 74 with because I am having a tough time with that particular issue right now. I'm angry. I am mad. I keep getting more mad the more I think about it. You know, I'm trying not to be mad. I don't want to be full of anger, but I am right now. Sandy says we'll never love that person again, so I'm fine with it. I will never forgive. Don't give a fuck how you're supposed to go on about forgiveness, but I choose to just fucking forget it, period. Just cut that person off and just never talk to them again. Sandy just hits the block button in life. You fucking cross Sandy, that's it. Joan says that was evil to take that money from you knowing you'd have nothing to live on when she threw you out. I think so too. I think so too. I have a big problem with that whole you forgive because we're just human and humans fuck up. I don't know about that, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I like it. I'm pretty sure I don't like it. So I'm pretty sure I'm not really cool with it. But yeah, not all men are just interested in sex. Some of us just want you to hug us and talk to us about fluoride in the water and how NASA faked the moon landings. We just want to be understood. That's what I want. She never wanted to talk about any of that stuff. All the conspiracy stuff I love, anything in the news, anything. Didn't never want to talk about none of that. Wasn't never interested in anything I was interested in. You guys are. That's why I like hanging out with you guys. Sandy says she doesn't buy that bullshit. Fuck that. People fuck up, but fuck them and move on. That's what I'm saying. Sandy just hits the block button. You make Sandy mad. You are done, buddy. That's it for you. Get on and get to stepping. Joan says fuck ups are accidents. That was planned hate. I agree. And it's really been hard for me to get over. And I didn't get any closure. You know, I was just talking to a friend. Had a really good conversation on the phone with a friend actually, right before this. But I was talking to him about that and about fuck, I lost it. I saw Tiana was here, or Tati. But planned hate, yeah. I'm having trouble with dealing with that. I had a point, man. I was so close to making it. Damn it. I feel like I was right there. I was about to say something. You're probably frustrated. I think it's frustrating. It would be frustrating for me listening to me sometimes, like when I do that, because I did just smoke. So when I lose a thought halfway through it, that would frustrate the fuck out of me if I was watching. Be like, what was he going to say? But Tatiana's, or Tati, is it Tatiana? Anyways, forgiveness is not about the other person. It's all about healing and moving on. What does that mean, though? What? So I gotta be okay with what she did to me. Just using her as an example, because I gotta forgive me for some things. I gotta forgive other people for some things. I got a lot of forgiving to do. But just using her as an example right now, I gotta be okay with what she did. Is that what forgiveness means? How do you do it? Like I don't know how to do it. I've said I forgive her, but I don't. Like I don't know how to make it true. I can say it, but it don't make it true. Damn it, what were me and my friend talking about that I was going to tell you about? Anyways, we had a really good conversation. Maybe that's all I was trying to tell you. It was a really good conversation with a friend, and I needed that. I'm not happy right now with my outlook. And I don't know that I'm saying that correctly, but I'm not happy with the thought of being single and being alone and being, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't really know what I'm worried about ultimately. Just even the thought of trying to meet somebody is an overwhelming thought. It creeps me the fuck out. I'm very antisocial. I'm an introvert. I don't really leave my apartment. I don't even know how I would go about meeting someone, but I don't want to be alone. But I haven't been alone in 26 years. So it makes me worried. You know, I'm like, how would a person like me even start over? And I don't want to start over. You know, 48 years old, but it's not up to me. The decision's already been made for me. I'm stuck with it. Like, I'll get mad. I talk to Joan a lot. I'll get mad. I'll be like, I'm not doing it. I reject it. I fucking have to do it. I don't have a choice. So I guess that's what they mean, what they're trying to say. You know, is that what you're trying to say, Toddy? That I don't have a choice. I gotta forgive. Yeah, she says you don't have to be okay with what she did. You accept it for what it is. So I just accept that she hustled me and threw me out after 14 years with really no explanation and just move on. That's it. I mean, I guess I can do that. I guess I'm already doing that. I mean, I guess I don't have to do anything. Well, you just stop being mad, and that just takes time, I bet. So, yay, we're in it to win it. Speaking of the view from the ISS, what do you think about the ISS? Do you think that there is an international space station floating above our head? A lot of people do because they see it, but I don't think that makes it real. It makes it no more real than a satellite, which are just on helium balloons. It could be something up there they keep putting up there and redoing the helium and keeping it afloat that flies around and people see. And that wouldn't surprise me. There's other shit floating around up there. But just one example for the ISS is the construction of it. It was a huge construction process. Look it up. But there's no footage of it. There's no footage of them putting it together. There's no proof. Such a monumental thing. You would think there'd be tons of video of it. No, kind of makes me think it's all bullshit. But almost everything NASA does is complete and total bullshit. Drew says time. Alice says I suck. That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna wrap it up. No, she's just kidding. Haven't seen you in years. Glad you're back. Still doing conspiracy theory facts? Yes. We got a new channel for that. Conspiracy Theories and Chill over there on YouTube. Check it out. And follow the Facebook page, Conspiracy Theories and Chill. You're gonna stay on it. We just started this last Wednesday. We had our first episode. And check it out. It's on there on the channel until they cancel it. And we'll be here again doing these personal things until they cancel this one. I decided I stopped streaming to the channel, Alice, is what happened, because I didn't want to lose it. I lost my other two and they erased all my content. So I didn't want to lose the stuff that's still here, but I've backed most of it up and I'm tired of not streaming to YouTube because I'm afraid to stream to YouTube. If we're done over here, we're done over here, but let it be done. Don't let it be because I was afraid. So damn the man. We're back on YouTube, Alice, so be looking for us. But follow that new channel if you want to follow the conspiracy theory stuff. We're having Ty Malv on next week. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what he wears. Jana, I agree with you. I think the ISS is a model and they do it in a studio and film it underwater. Any of the outside scenes that they show you today, the image from the ISS of the Earth is complete and total bullshit. And like I say, there's no evidence of the construction of it. Joan says, don't let her have any more power over you or your emotions or your actions. Ty was here, he would explain it to you. I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. It's very hard for us to let go of things. I'm not digging it that much. Alice wants to know if I'm enjoying watching the end of the world. Not a whole lot. I'm not having a ton of fun. It's not as exciting as I thought it would be to be commentating the fall of society, the fall of America, the apocalypse, maybe even. I may be around to live stream the apocalypse. Can you imagine? Isn't that cool? No, it's not. I mean, it's going to be a lot of content. Yeah, it's kind of sucked, hasn't it? And I think it's going to get worse, Alice. She says it's been a rough 4 years. It's going to get worse. Because I think we underestimated how many stupid people there are. Or maybe we knew it, but we just didn't expect to live through this stuff. I think for me, it's a little bit more of that. I knew people were this fucking stupid. I didn't want to believe it, but deep down I knew it. They'll march right into the camps. They'll never fight back. Like, you know, there was a moment where I felt like some of the "don't tread on me" types would stand up and would fight back, but then they got sucked into that Q psyop, and that neutered them. The ones that were dangerous are sitting in prison cells. Sandy says, now your sense of humor is coming through. Yeah, I just never fake it. When I'm doing stand up, you can write your jokes out in advance. Like, you already have planned what you're going to say. It's just mostly about faking the attitude. But I can't fake it in real life. If I'm being funny, I'm in a really good mood. If I'm not being funny, then I must not be digging it right now. Alice says we vastly underestimated and way overestimated how many have souls. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Drew, this is true. This is a line from a Chili Pepper song, but it's absolutely true. Space is made in a Hollywood basement. It's complete and total bullshit. Yeah, turn the negativity into a joke. That's what comics do. Most comics are depressed as fuck. A lot, well, a lot. I shouldn't say most. A lot. They're fighting through layers of pain with their humor. Did you know that DARPA is going to build a lunar ladder to the moon? Lunar Railroad, my bad. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, continues to set its sights on the moon, recently selecting defense giant Northrop Grumman to advance concepts on building a lunar railroad network. Mm, mm. The bullshit is so thick on this story. This is from the debrief. It says the project is the latest initiative from DARPA's expansive 10-year lunar architecture capability study, which aims to establish a permanent human colony on the moon and a thriving lunar economy. I don't know. I guess you sell moon rocks to each other or something. I'm not sure what lunar economy would be, but they envision this lunar railroad network could transport humans, supplies, and resources for commercial ventures across the lunar surface, contributing to a space economy for the United States and international partners. According to Northrop Grumman, the company will begin by exploring concepts for constructing and operating a lunar railroad network, including identifying the foreseeable costs, necessary resources, and technological risks associated with such an ambitious endeavor. And then I guess when they build the railroad, they build the colonies, and then they send the people, and then the money will come. It's like that South Park episode with the underwear gnomes, where they really couldn't figure out how they were going to make profit from their business, but they were definitely going to make profit from their business. It's kind of like that. They have no idea how they're going to turn a profit, but somehow the Lunar Railroad is going to be a big success. I'm hilarious, Sandy. I'm hilarious. I'm amazing. I really am. I'm gifted at it. It's just you're not always funny. That's hard to do. Most people are not always funny. Even the funniest people that you've ever heard of are not always funny. Like you're not always feeling it. When I'm feeling it, I'm funny. Yeah, we have a good time. I think we have a good time sometimes, every once in a while. Dude, the moon isn't spinning no Joan. It just sits still. So they don't got to worry about catching it. Once they leave fast ass spinning Earth, they're up in still ass outer space, right? Outer space is sitting still. We're flying through it. So really, if you think about it, the moon is chasing the Earth. So listen to this. Tell me if this ain't mind blowing. So the moon is chasing the Earth. It's stuck with the Earth. We're in fixed orbit. So it's staying with the Earth. It's going the same speed chasing the sun as we are. But when that rocket leaves the Earth, it is not, is it? Going the same speed as everything else. Once it gets out of Earth's atmosphere, and it wouldn't have as strong of a pull, it wouldn't be transporting as fast. The Earth and the moon would pass it up going in that direction, right? And it would keep getting further away from the moon because it would never really be able to catch up with the moon. Am I being crazy? Because the moon and the earth are moving at 66,600 something miles an hour, they tell you. So how is the rocket ever catching the moon? Did I just blow my own mind or say the dumbest shit ever been said? I don't know. Sandy doesn't eat meat or smoke anymore. Why? Why would you stop doing two very pleasurable things? Smoke what? Cigarettes or marijuana? I hope you never stop smoking marijuana. A blood moon? What does a blood moon even mean, Joan? Can you put a railroad on a blood moon? Because DARPA wants to build a railroad. If you can, they're going to put a railroad on that bitch. So, Sandy says the moon and the sun are in completion with each other's strength. And Tati says, no worries, because on April 8th, we're getting raptured. We're out of this bitch. She says, or the purge. I think it's more likely to be a purge. There's going to be a bloodbath if Trump doesn't get elected. You saw that, right? Be blood in the streets. That's bullshit, by the way. That's not true. There'll be nothing. Nothing would happen. If Trump didn't get elected, absolutely nothing would happen. If they rig the election again and Biden becomes the most popular elected president twice in a row, Trump supporters won't do a fucking thing. Maybe like 600 of them will show up in January 6th style again, go to the Capitol. They'll get locked up in prison right away. The rest of them will shut the fuck up and sit down. They'll do a lot of bitching, but they won't do anything real. They won't stand up, fight back, or do anything like that. That's out the window. I wouldn't even hope for that. Did you see that ISIS is back? Terrorism is making a comeback, man. ISIS is back. They just claimed responsibility for a Moscow terror attack. And Moscow's mad at us because apparently we had the intel and didn't give it to them. But the FBI director is very concerned about ISIS ties to the human smuggling network that uses our southern border. Another reason why we need the damn wall. See, I get you, MAGAs. FBI Director Christopher Wray has warned that the Bureau is very concerned about a human smuggling network with ties to ISIS. ISIS right at our southern border. We need to get on the Moon Railroad right away. We need to get on the Moon Railroad and get the fuck out of here. You know what? We got to do that right away. Man, I'm paranoid. I'm going to go ahead and tell you because I think you can tell. I'm paranoid. I'm afraid to vape in my house now because there's a rat in the house, baby. And it's not one that my cat can take care of. There's a rat in the building. He's mad at people that are doing that. And he's on a rampage to prove it. And what if he watches this? I'm scared to vape now. It's like I live with my parents. Do you realize there's a new rule where I live? Where I live is a modified hotel. They turned it into apartments, but they fall under different laws and regulations than apartments. And they can make different rules. They made a new rule that you cannot have guests after 10 p.m. What? I'm going to call my congressman on this because I don't believe this is right. That's a new rule. No guests that aren't on the lease after 10 p.m. from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. during quiet time. That's also quiet time, by the way. No being loud from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm telling you, it's like living with my parents. I agree with you, Joan. I agree with you. But that's where I live right now, and it is what it is. I hate that, but it is what it is. It always is what it is. Right? That's prime smush time, bro. Prime smush time. I'm a single man. I can't have a guest from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. What are you talking about? Yeah, lights out. Jan is right. Lights out. 10 p.m. Lights out. You better be in bed being quiet. Don't you be loud. People trying to sleep. Man, it's crazy. And then, just like a hotel, you got to give them the license number of anybody that's going to be staying at your place. Like if I had, you know, Drew over for a week or something, if he's going to come visit, I would have to give him Drew's license plate number and all that, and then get permission probably to have a friend over. What if I wanted to have a girlfriend over? Drew's right. That's prime clapping cheeks time. That's when all the ladies come out. 10 p.m. No ladies come out before 10 p.m. Yeah, that is tacky though, Drew. If you're gonna be watching porn, you gotta turn the volume down. 'Cause some of them girls get loud. They're obnoxious. But I think they're encouraged to act that way. I think a lot of it's peer pressure. I don't think it's really the actress's individual choice. Sandy asked if I have to remove my shoes before I enter the building. I'm surprised I don't. Don't give him any ideas. Maybe my landlord watches this. What if my landlord watches this? Do you understand? I can't even believe it. Freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Yeah, man. I'm supposed to be having fun at that time. People my age are having fun at that time. I'm a young guy. No, this creepy little dude came up to me outside and he was like, I know these people in this such and such apartment are vaping inside. I know they are. I saw them. They answered the door and they were vaping. And then I know that the person in whatever, so he listed off two different apartments that he knew they were vaping inside of. And I'm like, dude, why are you worrying about that? It's not like smoking a cigarette. It's mostly odorless, and it's not a fire. It's not a flame. It's not a fire hazard. So in what way are you concerned about it? But he was very pissed and ranting and raving about how he was going to catch everybody and he was going to report everybody to the landlord. Now, there's a guy in our building downstairs that smokes meth and weed all the time. And he's been reported to our landlord multiple times. But our landlord says he can't do nothing about that guy because he hasn't caught him. And when he confronted him, he told him he doesn't smoke anything. And I guess he just believed him. But all the time it smells like cat piss coming out of his apartment. And then if it doesn't smell like cat piss, it smells like marijuana's. You better not be, not between 10 and 7 a.m. Toddy said they're probably pooping. They probably poop in there too. No, you can't do that in here. You got to go outside. Drew says us past 35 sleep before 11, damn it. I need curtains. That's a quilt. That's what that is. It's just a quilt tacked to the window because I got a big ass window and I don't have any curtains. I don't have no curtain money, you know? I don't got no curtain scratch. I had a birthday coming up. Buy me some blackout curtains. I want dark ones. My window faces the sun. When the sun is up, it comes right in that window. I need to get blackout curtains. And you didn't send me a home warming gift, housewarming gift yet. So I'm just saying, it's only a natural thing to do for your buddy. Nice set of curtains, you know, or maybe some of them towels you don't use. You know, whenever I'm at someone's house and they have one of them towels you don't use, I fucking use it because fuck that towel. Fuck that towel, and fuck you for having a fancy towel. When you come in here, you're going to see water on it because that's what a towel is made for, drying your hands. So I do it. I'm not afraid to do it. I just do it. Yeah, great grandma's quilt. It's hanging up on the window. It has to. It has to. It lets too much light in. Sandy says get creative, find a long branch and drape the quilt over it. That'll work. You guys just don't want to buy me any gifts. I think that's what it is. I think you want me to be creative so you don't have to get me any curtains. My birthday's coming up too, April 9th. And guess what else is April 9th? Episode 700 of the Sean Yankee Show. It's amazing. You're going to want to be here for that. I would never want to miss that. That's going to be amazing. That means, well, I don't know what that means. I was talking to a friend about that too. Drew, hold on. Drew said something very important that we need to address. That means you have money to buy me a set of curtains and a nice birthday present. You've been saving. Treat yourself. Everybody's got bills, Drew. Everybody play the world's smallest violin for Drew. Do, do, do. Drew's got bills. So does everyone. And everyone pays them and still does other things. Do, do, do. And they buy presents for their friends. And what kind of curtains go with tinfoil? I don't know. Dark black ones. Sandy's got money for a birthday present. She just neutered a cat for $400. That's $400 worth of birthday present money right there. Dude, it is so hard to save up for anything. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. I got EPS something fierce. Jen said she'll give me some hot pink ones. Hot pink. Oh my goodness, that would look good. Think about that. Hot pink behind me. I would look badass because that's basically going to be my background, the curtains, until I get my desk. And I got to get that desk. I want a nice desk, though. Yeah, slaves aren't allowed to save. Slaves can't save. What are you doing, stupid slave? You trying to save? You ain't gonna be able to save. You're a slave. You're gonna be slave till you hit the grave. Man, I'm good at poems. I love you too, Jenna. I love you too. You all right. Yeah, Sandy. Look, you could. You could. Look at all these bare walls. It needs your loving touch. Send all birthday presents to P.O. Box 45, New Florence, Missouri, 63363. Seriously, like even a postcard. I would love to get mail from you guys. That's why I give that out all the time. Because, why have it? I don't get any other mail except bills. Joan sent me postcards once of where she lives. It was really nice. There is no globe. I like you, conscious machine. You're right. You're right about that. There is no globe. I need to get my taxes done. Speaking of taxes, I got to get my stupid taxes done. I have not done this. And it is what? March 22nd? How do you even get a tax extension? How do you do that? Because I need to find out. Man, it's hard being an adult. It comes with so much fucking baggage. I didn't want to do all this. You know what I mean? I just wanted to have a good time. I was pretty sure I was going to have a great time all the time, and there was going to be no worries. I did not have any idea that when I was a kid, I was going through the best time of my life. Toddy says I don't have to do it. Taxes are voluntary and just opt out. Stop doing it. Dean says I got till April 15th. Can I have more time than that? Is there any way to get an extension? How do you do that? I've heard that said. I'm not the only one. I feel better now. I felt irresponsible. I felt like I was being an irresponsible adult because I hadn't done my taxes yet. Drew says just go file. I owe money. How do you do that? I'm going to owe a couple $100. I don't have it. I don't have the money. Conscious Machine wants to stop paying his taxes. He thinks he should be able to write off Zelensky on his taxes and write off Hunter Biden as a dependent too. We should be able to write off about 5 or 6 of these motherfuckers. You're right. The shit they're doing with our tax money. It's outrageous. Taxes fund genocide. Taxes is theft. Taxes is theft. Drew says it only takes 30 minutes. Do your fucking taxes. I told you I owe money. I don't have it. I owe a couple $100. Do you have to pay that the day that you file your taxes? I did the TurboTax quick calculator thing and I owe money. I owe a couple $100, like $300. Joan says I can get payment plans. Yeah, yeah. I want one too. I need a Ukraine Social Security number too. Yeah, I got to get a payment plan then. Toddy's right. There's no law stating you have to pay taxes. There really isn't. There really isn't. But why in the fuck is Willie Nelson in so much trouble? Is he still in trouble over that? Um, the guy that played Blade, Wesley Snipes. Why did he go to prison for it? You know what I mean? If there's no law, how did they do that? How'd they take everything but Willie's beat up guitar? Yeah, migrants in New York City are getting $4,000 per month in free housing and 42,000 jobs from Tyson Foods and food and room service at their hotels. He is not joking. Or she. I shouldn't assume gender. Could be a she, but it could only be a he or a she because there's only two genders. It's funny how they can say there's like 162 genders, but if they want to make a shirt, they have to offer it in male or female cut. That's weird. They still make shirts because they're stupid. A lot of people here want Trump to be president again. Sandy says that you're going to have to cut back, where you cut back, just do it and get over it. Save it weekly, cut back on smokes, food, and do it. However, you can find a way to save away the money you need to pay. Save some money for it. You're needing to get money for your money now. Conserve and live very frugally, even though you're living right now. I don't know what she's talking about. She says she lives on a very low budget. Are you talking about my little plug? I do shows. You don't have to donate, but it's always a thing. You know, I'm raising money for not only this is $25 a month just to stream to you right now. But I raise money all the time. But that you don't have to take it as a personal attack. If you don't want to give money, don't do it. But these are of value. No one's going to tell me they're not. It is offered to you for free, but I will plug it from time to time and ask for donations. And this is a job. I research this shit. I put effort into it, and I give you an entertaining show. So if that, and I don't know that it was, if it was an attack or a jab about that, that's what I'm saying to that is there's nothing wrong with me doing that. And I will do it from time to time. But don't take it as a personal attack. You don't have to do it. Like you could send a postcard like Joan did. I love postcards too. Okay, cool. I misunderstood you. But people do attack me for that. They do. And you weren't. And I hope that you didn't get offended because I was trying to be cool. But I was also addressing it at the same time. Because people do think, oh, you shouldn't do that. Well, why not? You know, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think that that's what we need to do. That in this day and age, and especially with our media the way it is, you have to support independent entertainment and things like this. And this is basically what this page is going to become anyway. Robert says for entertainment value, he'd rather see Trump in office. But just for entertainment value, right? Just for shits and giggles, not because you really think he's great. I don't think he wants the job either. You don't think he'll be selected? I don't know what's going to happen. What does that mean? Then they give Biden another term? They're going to let Biden win the election? Is that really what they're going to do? I think they have to let Trump win, don't they? Or RFK Jr. Steam cards? You know, dude, I don't know if you're joking or not, but just in case you're not, I got hustled once. The scammers on Instagram always want a gift card, like a Steam card, Apple card, Amazon card, any kind of gift card. What the fuck is up with that? Because you may not be joking. You may be serious. Why would you want a Steam card? What is a Steam card? Maybe I'm too old to understand what a Steam card is. Toddy says beats funding the Hollywood pedophiles. Exactly, it does. And it helps with making things cooler. Like, once I get a desk, I can get my lights back up, I can get my mic set back up, things can be fancier again. But I think they're pretty fancy right now. If you ask me, I'm pretty impressed because I'm just doing this with a phone and a computer. I'm on two different devices, but I'm being pretty fancy. But this neat little streaming thing, it costs every month. They snatch it out of my bank account every month. They do not even care. But I'm tired of paying taxes. And you know what? Just to get back to that for a second, taxes piss me off because listen, first off, they tax your money when you earn it. They take it right out of there when you earn it. Just like StreamYard grabs up their 25, the government takes their big chunk. But then every time I spend that same money, which isn't that much of it, I got to pay taxes on it again. And today at the dispensary, I was so mad. I was so mad. In my state, they legalized it medically before they legalized it recreationally. They did it that way in a lot of states. But I went to go buy my medicine today, cannabis, and they made me show my med card, which they never do. Now in Missouri, you only apply for your med card. Now it's good for 3 years. I applied for that thing like a year and a half ago. He's like, well, I'll let you go on the website and look it up. I go on the website, you got to know your username. I don't know any of my usernames. I'm like, dude, you're just going to have to charge me the rec tax. It went up like $10. I was so mad. I was fucking fiercely mad. And he's like, I guess he could see how mad I was. He's like, it's state law. I was like, it must be a new state law then because they've never done this to me. You have my patient number on record on my account. They've never made me show my Met card. And he's like, well, it is state law. I was like, it wasn't state law last week. Last week at this very same dispensary, it was not a law. They weren't making you do it. But yeah, recreational has a crazy tax. I had to get a lower grade of weed. I had to put what I had back because it was too expensive. You got to pinch every penny, like Sandy was saying. Got to pinch pennies. So I had to buy the strain of the day. That it's still decent, but it's the 30 for an eighth instead of the 45 for an eighth that I was going to get. The one I was going to get, 36%. I'm so sad. It was going to be really good. It was going to be really good for me. For me. Yeah, look, I'm taxed on it every time I spend it. When I die, there's a death tax. If I buy anything big, I got to pay tax on it every year. It's a bunch of bullshit. And it's a bunch of people robbing us blind that are taking the money. And then they're sending it to Ukraine and giving it to illegal aliens. 180 billion something dollars so far just been sent to the Ukraine. Just given to them. Yours and my money. They could have given us universal health care. They could have solved homelessness 23 times. They could have done all kinds of things. They could take care of our fucking vets. That would be nice. They could pay teachers a living salary. That would be nice. They could do all kinds of things with that money. But instead, they're sending it to the black market arms trade because 70% of what gets sent to the Ukraine ends up on the black market. They just sent them 60 billion more in weapons, so that can all end up on the black market. So yeah, I'm pretty disgusted with government too. Dean says it's a gaming card. They load it into cash out app, into a cash out app. Oh, oh, I know it's a gaming card, but you can go to a cash out app and change the gaming card into money. I guess there'd have to be a way to do that because the ones that call you, the scammers that call you and say you owe taxes, they always want a gift card too. They'll always want like a Target gift card or some kind of gift card. Yeah, we're incredibly overtaxed, especially when you think about the fact that we're a nation that went to war for its independence over taxation. And then we tax the shit out of our citizens. We're robbed blind. And if you buy into that MMT thing, magic money theory, they don't even need to tax us. And it certainly doesn't seem like it. They're just making $2 trillion coins out of thin air to do whatever they want. Remember when they were doing that? We're going to print $1 trillion coin. No, we're going to print two of them. I figured there probably was. Dean says there's a service that changes these gift cards over to cash. And then you can't trace the gift card. I get it. I get why these hustlers want gift cards now. I didn't know. I figured you probably could, but I didn't know. Yeah, scammers get mad. After I got tricked, I did that same thing. And you start to realize they have scripts. Did you start recognizing the scripts? Yeah, they have different scripts. They're probably just sitting in a bar in Nigeria, just sitting around at a coffee bar. And every once in a while, they get somebody and they throw a big party. And then they all split that money buying rice for the village. It's hard to be mad at them, but I still am. Fuck them, taking advantage of people. Jones says we already borrowed 500,000 rounds of artillery from South Korea to send to Ukraine because we don't have enough even to protect ourselves now. We've made ourselves really, really vulnerable, really, really weak. I don't want to get into it again, Sandy. Last time I got into it, people got mad at me. I got tricked. It happens. Sometimes people get tricked. You fall for something stupid. You know, I mean, I could tell you, but I just really don't want to open that can of worms again. That's one of the things I'm trying to forgive myself for. You know what I mean? I felt really stupid about it. I felt really stupid about it. I still feel stupid about it. Dean says reverse search images all the time. Reverse search images. I've heard of that, but don't know how to do it. Yeah, Joan. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think so too. It was more during the time when I was kind of falling apart mentally. When I was first here and I was falling apart mentally, I was going through a weak time. So, you know, I shouldn't be so hard on myself about it. Oh, there's an app for it in the Google store to reverse search images. I'm sure there probably is. There's an app for absolutely everything. All right, well, I could go on talking to you guys forever. I don't ever really get bored of it, but I do need to walk the dogs and go to bed because I got to get up at 3 a.m. to go to work. My slave job, I got to go at 3 a.m. Well, I got to be there at 4. I got to get up at 3 a.m. But thanks for hanging out. And I had a good time hanging out with you. But all good things must come to an end. So have a great night and thank you for hanging out. God bless you guys. This has been night 74. This is where we just hang out and talk about what's going on and what's happened. And, you know, no, I didn't get new hours, Joan. It's on the weekends. Every Saturday and Sunday, I work the morning early shift. I work 4:30 to noon. And then I work my regular 9 to 4:30 during the week. It's just on the weekend. Every Saturday and Sunday, it's just me in there. I'm all alone in the kitchen, so it's just me. I kind of like that though. I'm an introvert, as you know, and I like being alone. So I don't mind it, and the day goes by really fast because I got a lot to do. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one of these. Have a great night.